If it is hard to be a participant in a healthy romantic relationship, it is even harder to be a healthy parent. Having children is the absolute easiest way for us to act out, rather than work out, our unresolved childhood conflicts. The power differential between parent and dependent child is too great for us to avoid the temptation. Power corrupts, and it corrupts parents first and foremost. It might raise a few eyebrows and include a chapter on having children and a book on breaking up with parents. The main eyebrow I raise myself, which I'll explore more through within the chapter, is this. If I address this chapter, to one degree or another, to people who are parents or might aspire to become parents, am I not also simultaneously addressing the greater theme of this book to their future children? That is, will I be also encouraging your future children to break up with you? My answer, in a way, yes. I encourage everyone to break up with the unhealthy sides of his parents. If I had children, I know that the healthiest sides of me would urge the same for them. They deserve it. Meanwhile, my hope for parents or parents be is that they do break up with parental sickness themselves. The more they follow this path, the less they place the burden for breaking up on their children. After all, someone has to break this vicious cycle. Why not do it sooner, generally speaking, than later? But this is the theory, and one again that I'll address more in the coming pages. What about practical reality? When are you and I ready to have children on our own? This question is fairly easy for adult people, because they don't think they have much. They haven't felt too deeply into what their parents did for them, and as such they don't know how much they did miss in their childhood, and by extension, how much their future children deserve. Instead, they go the societal easy route, and don't admit to themselves that they consciously this is their real reply. I am ready to have children because I feel like it. Yes, it would be nice to have had more money or a better partner, or a more relaxed job, or more spare friends or more free time. But I want kids and my situation is good enough. Therefore, I'm ready. The question becomes much more complicated if for you who are breaking deeply with their parents. Because by acknowledging that your parents were unable to live up to their responsibilities to you, you're likely to have a much greater ability to empathize with your historical child. And by extension, you have more empathy for all children, that is, for their needs. As such, you recognize that they always seem to be good enough really is not good enough. So by what criteria should you assess your readiness to have a child? If you're good at readiness involves reading to how the optimal child living in its context, here they are. First, you need to fully resolve your own childhood traumas. By breaking from your parents and fully healing your historical wounds, you will unravel and ultimately dissolve the internalized parts of them that have become planted in your head and lose your unconscious drive to take advantage of anyone, most especially your child. This is the way to break the interchangeable child cycle of trauma, and also, at least in theory, to dissolve the future motivation for your child to want to break up with you. Second, you need a fantastic partner, one who has met the previous criteria. Every child deserves a team of two parents who will resolve their own childhood issues. With this partner quality, you have equal lean on, and equally back you up and equally share the most special issue in life. Third, you need to have a lot of free time, energy, and motivation resources, and so does your partner. You both need youth, physical health, money, and passion to make this possible. Your child deserves the best of your presence and presence of your partner. And finally, you need a mature, healed social milieu. No child deserves to be robbed by socialization, even the socialization due to your parents. You need healthy, motivated, vibrant parents. Friends who have also worked with the healthiest sides of their parents to help you out because they love you and your child. You need a wealth of enriching activities to keep your child engaged. You need to live in a safe space, free from crime, poverty, war, unnecessary danger, cruel and average schools, other traumatized children and violence. And you need to live in a place that allows your child full access to free space, privacy, wilderness, animals, wildlife, art, natural food, physical activity, music, dancing, healthy companions, healthy friends, healthy guides, the child's side, child's pace, countless fun things to do, and healthy community. If it sounds like I'm setting the bar insanely high, I would disagree. The bar set for healthy and appropriate parenting is not insanely high, but just possibly high for anyone I have bet. We are a species in a trance, lost and confused and clinging to denial as we destroy our children and destroy the delicate ecological balance of the planet as our future. Our species is so sick that it tries to silence those who want to wake up. First by silencing the cries of the children, and second by undermining those adults who have those cries and know what they mean. And as such, I set the bar at a reasonable, logical, and obvious level. What child deserves any less? Yet people criticize me with the following. But if everyone followed your advice, no one would have kids and humans would go extinct. My reply is this. Who is following my advice? Are you? And what? When we get down to brass tacks, It is my advice. My real advice is that the most mature people put their energy into growing even more mature, breaking from their parents, and becoming the best people that are capable of becoming changing the world. And if enough of us work towards this goal, the world will change. Meanwhile, there are presently countless billions of wounded children walking this planet. It seems ludicrous to me that the healthiest people among us want to increase our number. And others would criticize by saying, parents don't need to be perfect to raise such healthy children. In fact, if parents were imperfect, they'd make their child weak and narcissistic. Children grow strong in the face of adversity. In many cases, trauma makes the world more beautiful because it inspires creativity and motivation to be in some of our best artists and thinkers. And I reply, how crazy is that? These are the arguments of a denial pusher. It is not trauma that makes us special. Rather, it is our authentic self and to push our authentic self to be real and to speak the truth at all cost. Trauma is what limits the beauty of the world, and at best, trauma forces the authentic self to express itself through a tinier, more focused lens that sometimes gets styled artistic. If trauma really gets beauty and creativity, then the most traumatized areas of the world will be the most creative and beautiful. Are people in the densely populated society of India or sub-Saharan Africa the most creative? Were they in Stalinist Russia? The reality has been shown to be repeatedly by this life experience. Children with the healthiest parents in the healthiest external context are the most alive. They are the happiest, learn the quickest, interact the most gently and empathetically, have the most fun, make friends the most easily, have the broadest interests, are the least bored, watch the least television, at least the developed world, spontaneously eat the healthiest, have the healthiest bodies, cry the least, sleep the best, trust the most easily, have the best instincts, and love themselves the most. They are least interested in street drugs and are less likely to end up in the psychiatric system. They have the strongest sense of self. They know who they are and they know what they like, and they know correctly that what they like is good for them. And as they grow older, they love others the most naturally. This is a logical consequence of what they experience in their childhoods. Children who healthy parents also have less reason to hate their parents, though ironically they sometimes hate their parents more early because they feel safer and more confident to do so. They simply have a strong connection with their inner selves and can fight back to their traumatizers more comfortably. What I observed that many in the new generation of people who are utilizing the truth of parental order and who are breaking from their parents actually come from the upper echelons of the least traumatized. It is the easiest for them to realize what happened to them. The easiest for them to face their inner horrors, the easiest to break down their parents. Because they have the most going for them. It is still helping them break away. Because they have to go through the same quality of suffering they all do. They just have to go through less quality. Here I think of a friend of mine, Karen, age 26. She summed this up best for me. I can never figure it out, she said. Why, of all people, I hated my parents so much. Most of my friends got treated worse for their parents than I did mine. They seemed to go along fine with them. Eventually, I realized that itself was the crux of it. The worse a parent is, the most likely to break the parent's independence streak and make it hard for them to break away. That's not always apparent on the surface, I point out. Because I know people who had also in the childhood that they cut off their lives with parents pretty easily. For them, it was like goodbye and good riddance. But at the same time, they carried all their parents' bad behavior along with them into their new relationships. Yeah, Karen. It's like they cut off their parents, may just cut off one parent, but they didn't really break away from them. And from what I've seen, those people don't really fit in socially with healthier people who are breaking away at deeper levels. I think that's exactly it, I said. They got screwed over by the parents, yet had to figure out how similar they actually are to their parents. For this, I take the step into deriving a simple take-home message to potential parents. If you want to be a good parent, please heal your own wounds. Heal all of them and be confident that you've done so before you seriously consider having children. The unresolved child within you is the real child you need to embrace and heal and raise. The degree to which you have not devoted yourself first and foremost to the child within you is the degree to which you will fail your flesh and blood offspring, because you will pass on to him, by over subtle trauma, all things you never faced in yourself. Thus you will face in the same dilemma that you are in now, whether to heal or close eyes or pass on these wounds in the next generation. Thus you had children traumatized them even a little bit, then write this book primarily for you for the future children. If you traumatize your child even a little bit, or I traumatize mine, they'll have full right and responsibility for me and me leaves in the dust. And by the way, it's probably evident from my writing, but it's worth knowing that I have no biological children. And I seriously doubt that I ever will. My mission on this planet is different. I figured out long ago that the procreation clustering to that mission. In some ways, this sounds me because given the different life circumstances, I would have loved being a parent. I was raising animals as a child and always assumed I was Sunday parenting children on my own. But life has taken me on a different course than I expected. Instead, I work and have long worked to parent myself, and through that, to create a different story living legacy. Take this book, for instance, in a sense, is one of my children. I have struggled to nurture its path towards independence.